Boy, do I have a story for you. So recently, a group of people decided that they wanted to have an Australia Day parade in Victoria because the Premier cancelled the annual Australia Day parade. They applied for permits in Melbourne and in Port Phillip councils, and they were denied from both of those councils. They thought, well, you know what? Instead of wasting our time trying to apply to woke councils to celebrate our country on our country's national day, we're just going to do it anyway and call it a rally because rallies don't need permits. But you know, the crazy thing is that the anti-Australia Day parade people have a protest in the city every single year. They block off the entire city, and that's completely fine. But a bunch of patriots actually celebrating their country on its annual day does not get approved. It's absolutely despicable, but I'm sorry to Melbourne and Port Phillip, it's happening anyway because people celebrating Australia Day is a completely acceptable behaviour, just like people celebrating being anti-Australian is. I don't like it, but that's freedom of speech, and if they want to protest on the 26th of January, that's fine. But in the same breath, thousands and thousands of Australians who want to celebrate their country should also be allowed to do it. So they've had to change the name of it to suit the council's narratives, and they're doing it anyway. Do not try to stop patriotic Australians celebrating Australia Day. You know what? It's going to do the exact opposite. It's actually going to encourage people like them, like me, to celebrate Australia Day even more. Look what happens with Woolworths, okay? They weren't selling Australia Day products last year. This year they are. Woke is not cool anymore. Woke is not a commercially viable option for businesses anymore because actually there's more of us than there is of them now. So anyway, the story is that Australians were actually cancelled. Their permits were not approved to have an Australia Day celebration, and they're doing it anyway. So I hope as many of you turn up to this event in Melbourne as possible. I'll put the poster in the description of the in the comment section. And Brisbane is also having an event. So Australia Day will go on. You can protest it if you like, but we're celebrating it and you can't stop us.